welcome once again to another edition of the Coach's Corner program. I'm Jeff Ruth, and Happy New Year to all of our viewers. We're going to talk boys basketball, girls basketball as well, and Jamie, we'll kind of start with you on the boys' side. Pretty successful run here at the end of the season.
Yeah, we had a tough conference loss, our second conference loss to River Valley, and then we've gone on a four-game run after that, 4 wins on the road, and we knew we were going to be a young team, and we're starting to get better every day, and the kids are responding and working hard every day. So anytime you can win 4 games in a row and win them all on the road, it's a good place to start.
Yeah, and on the girls' side, you had some success over the Christmas break as well.
Yeah, we split. We went 3-3. Tough first 3 games, and we've been getting better ever since, and we finished with 3 games in a row now. So we're on the right path. We just got to keep going that way.
Yeah, we talked, I think, program number 1, you said this team is going to be a whole lot better at the end of the season than is at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, when we get to the highlights in a little bit, you'll see when we first played River Valley to our last highlights how much our transition offense has changed, our defense has changed substantially. We continue to go to practice every day and keep getting better.
All right. We'll come back. We'll take a look at highlights from both the boys and the girls. We'll be back right after these messages.
Welcome to Harding Telecom Digital Media. Unlike television, print, and radio media, which are all one-way communications, digital media creates an interconnected world of interactive communications that puts you in control of content creation and broadcasting. As a member of Harding Telecom, we have 3 ways of building your digital media skills. As an underclassman, you can take our semester-long class, Intro to Video Editing, where you'll be introduced to the latest hardware and software in digital media. Learn to create your own content with overlays, special effects, and audio processors. Your content will only be limited by your imagination. Telecom 1 is a year-long class that introduces you to the world of audio-video broadcast communications. Here you will learn how to operate video hardware and software, design sets, direct and produce events, and expand your editing capabilities broadcasting online and over our public access television channel. You will learn to produce daily news announcements and share your creations throughout our cable television and social media networks. Finally, Telecom 2 is our year-long class available for upperclassmen who have completed the prerequisite Telecom 1 class. Here you will produce and direct your own broadcast events. You will be put in charge of productions and lead other students through the introductory processes of media production. Many of our telecom graduates have gone on to study broadcast media in college and launched careers as television news and weather personalities, Emmy-winning editors for nationally syndicated television shows, and audio production engineers. So don't hesitate to schedule Harding Telecom Digital Media. Talk to your guidance counselor or see Mr. Mullins in room 201.
Once again, back on the Coach's Corner program, and we're talking with boys basketball coach Jamie Pearson. And Jamie, it seems like it's been about a month since we met, and it really has been almost a month. They had the 2-week break, and then the week before it was exams, so it's been really quite a while since we've had a chance to talk.
Yeah, basketball season is very long, just as a coach, but when I look back how long it's been, it does seem like it was a while, but it does seem to go fast. So yes, you're just your head's spinning when you're a basketball coach, but it has been a while since we've gotten together.
Yeah, I know I had a chance to see the Highland game, which was on a Saturday night a few weeks ago, and you ended up pulling away from that game, and I thought you played very well in that ball game, especially after the first quarter or so.
Yeah, they're a young team, we're a young team. They start 2 freshmen, we start 1 freshman, and early in the season, teams, as Corey alluded to earlier, we're just trying to figure out who we are and figure out what style of play suits us, and sometimes it evolves as the season goes along, and with Highland and with a lot of our games, it's some of that early part of the game is a feel-out period, and then you figure out what you like, and you kind of adapt. And after we made some adjustments at the Highland game, we started to do some things we really liked.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights from a number of games.
Yeah. So this is a River Valley game, obviously big rivalry for us. We played at their place. Their favorite, one of the favorites to win the league, and one of their top players, Carson Myers, a senior, getting a 3-pointer block there. And they have two of the better players in the league and some other players that are really good. We were able to steal some things early. There's Braylon Dyer bringing it down the court after the steal. And then we have Marcus Hemfield, freshman, who gets out in transition. Marcus played very well and scores off the steal there. It was really a kind of a back-and-forth game. Again, as you can see, Marcus, number one for us. He had a really big game that day, and he's just showing you some of the stuff that he does there. Our second senior, Jeff Jones, is sitting here. He'll be with us in a minute. Our other senior, Jaden Jones, played well, hit 2 or 3 threes that game, including that one. And then there's more Marcus. We sped River Valley up a little bit, and Marcus had the steal and got fouled and did a good job shooting his free throws that day.
Really good crowd, I know that.
Really good crowd, and it's fun with the MOAC. A couple of the Pleasants and the River Valleys, we get really good crowds. Junior Trey Caddy, we've been shooting the ball better and better, and River Valley is kind of where it started. We saw a couple from Jaden, and there was a 3 by Trey. And then Marcus Hemfield, I think it's his 3rd steal that we've seen, and for a freshman, he's doing some pretty good things. And then another Trey ball there, Braylon Dyer hits one from the corner, and we really had it going. And again, the threes were raining for us. Obviously, that's the way the game has changed. A lot of people are hitting threes, but they hit a shot late, and we didn't, and so they got the W. Next game, home game against Clear Fork. Clear Fork has a new coach. They're figuring things out too. Marquise Long picked that kid's pocket and goes in for 2 there. Marquise played really well. He only played a half because he was under the weather. There's Jaden Jones again throwing it up the court after a steal. And then again, one of our kids shooting it well. He also made some passes. Trey Caddy with the steal. It's thrown ahead there as well. So here's our upcoming guest, Jeffrey Jones with the steal. Very unselfish player for us and allows us to start our break. And then it ends with a deep 3 from Trey Caddy, junior for us.
Yeah, so you're down at that point 8-2, so you had to come from behind it.
Yeah, we had to do that, and but again, Jeff Jones, and I know you'll get to talk to him with the steal and the assist. He's just been enormous for us as a senior. Marquise Long with the 3 there. His shooting from deep, I know he was a guest a couple weeks ago, has really improved. There's another one of our juniors, Braylon Dyer, who hits a 3, and I think as we continue to shoot better and better, there's Layton Jones for a 3. It makes us hard to defend because we do have 3 or 4 guys that can really get to the rack too. So, but Marquise does some great things defensively. There's a steal and a layup, and I have to tell my guys, the team that gets the more easy layups usually wins the game, and that was the case here. And again, us shooting it well. Trey Caddy from the right corner pretty deep, and we were able to handle Clear Fork maybe a little closer than we would have liked for a home game, but as I said, they're getting better as well.
And then on the road at Big Walnut.
Yeah, this was our first away game that started our 4-game winning streak. Marquise Long, of course, Big Walnut is an OCC school. They play a big-time schedule. They're a district that's exploding, but our team's kind of exploding the way we're improving. There's Marcus with the block there. Him and Marquise defensively, when you throw in Jeff, really doing some great things defensively. And then, there's that 3 ball we've been talking about again. Trey Caddy, our left-handed 6'4" junior, hits one there. And then always great to see our quarterback, QB1 Alex Stokes for the football team, getting involved with a 3. I don't think he called it, but it still went in, and we're happy with that. And then, Marquise can cause people nightmares when he's up in the passing lane there. He steals it and goes in for 2 there. But it was quite a night for Marquise that night, as you see him hit a 3 there as well. And then, I think this is Trey hitting another one. So, when you shoot it from deep, it makes any coach look like they're a good coach because that 3 ball can really help you. Layton Jones, one of our sophomores, he's 6'5", uses that wingspan to block a shot there. And then more Marquise Long from about a foot behind the 3-point line as the quarter expires. And Layton Jones with a steal there. This was a close game. They had a shot to win it at the buzzer. It didn't fall. Our players executed some stuff that we wanted to do, and people like Layton Jones and Jeffrey Jones making plays for us. It's one of our biggest wins here since I've been at Harding to be able to knock off Big Walnut at their place, and we got them by 3.
Good.
Heading to Upper Sandusky, a lot of history at Upper Sandusky, a lot of good basketball teams. They can really shoot it, but the theme of today has been we've been shooting it well too. There's Marquise from the corner for 3, and then there's Trey Caddy with the steal, and he gives it up to Marquise for a bucket. We have senior Jaden Jones, another lefty. We got 2 left-handed kids on our team. He hits that one from the right wing. And then Braylon Dyer, upper shot it well, but I think we shot it a little bit better. Braylon hitting the 3 there from downtown. And then, it's nice when Marcus, who's usually doing stuff outside, when even he's throwing them in from behind the arc, definitely good things happen. But, Braylon Dyer is a player for us to watch. You see him making a steal there. We've seen Marquise do it today. But when he can get up in passing lanes and go coast to coast with it, that'll be tough for teams to beat us. And again, a little bit more Braylon Dyer here, the same play. He gets around his defender and just is able to go coast to coast with it. He's somebody that is a junior. We expect big things the rest of this year and next year. And, when we get our hands on balls, it gets our break going, and that's how we like to play fast. And Marquise is kind of the guy that starts all of that for us, as you see him hitting a 3 there. We've been shooting a bunch, and we're starting to see it pay off in practice. And then our 10th grader, 6'5", Layden Jones, stealing it, getting fouled as he attacks the rim there. And I think you see Marcus block a shot here. He has quite a wingspan and can get out and definitely guard people. So happy to beat Upper Sandusky by 12 on the road, which takes us to Kenton.
Yep.
We did that December 30th. Kenton's a tough place to play. Small gym. Old gym kind of reminds me of the old Grant gym, the old Harding High School, and we really shot it there too. We had, I think we scored 28 points in the second quarter, had 47 points at halftime, and like I said, when kids are hitting it from behind the arc, it can make coaches look really, really smart. But it also makes us look smart when kids steal passes like Braylon Dyer did there. And then, what can we say about Marquise? He's averaging close to 18 points a game, and when he gets it in the open floor, he's as exciting a player as you'll see in North Central Ohio. And then, coupling him with guys like Marcus and Jeffrey, it makes it tough to score on us with our length sometimes. So Jaden Jones, I think, had 4 threes in that game. So I believe we had 9 or 10 for the game. Just really shot it well. And when we get our defense clicking on top of shooting the threes and get our transition going, it makes us a tough out for people. But you see Braylon Dyer just continually getting his hands on balls. He's worked as hard as anyone in our program, and with a real pretty scoop finish there. So it was a good win for us. It was the day before we had a couple days off, so it always makes that a little bit sweeter when you can win before a day off, and everybody enjoys their day off a little bit better. And I enjoy Marquise Long when he jumps passing lanes like this and he's able to convert. Kenton's coach calling a timeout there. They have a winning record and have done some really good things. They play in a really tough league, but I think that's Jaden's 4th 3 of the game. He's one of our seniors, and he shot it really well, and it was a big win for us on the road, our 4th of 4 games in the road. But we'll go to Ontario this week, and that'll be our 5 straight away games. So I don't know who's making this schedule, but there's no place like home. But the way we're playing, I'd like to maybe stay on the road a couple more.
Christmas break, obviously coaches look forward to that for the most part, some coaches more than others,
Sure.
but they always look forward to working on the fundamentals and doing a lot of the things. Were you able to do that over break?
Yeah, definitely. We were able to get back to basics. The favorite part for me is, as my first job being a teacher, it frees up a little bit of my time. The kids, first and foremost, being students, it frees up some of their time. So we're not spending all day working on academics, which is why we're here. It allows us to focus on basketball and maybe go a little harder at it because they know they have the rest of the day to sit around. So we get on them a little harder, they go a little harder, and this break for us, it's worked out real well, especially with the younger kids. It has allowed us to figure out who we are and mature a little bit, and fortunately right now we're on a winning streak.
Okay, very good. We'll be back with more on our Coach's Corner program right after these words.
The U.S. Army Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps is one of the largest character development and citizenship programs for youth in the world. Their mission is to promote character and leadership development focused on developing self-confidence, discipline, citizenship, leadership skills, and a sense of responsibility within the individual cadet. Throughout this course, cadets will focus on developing citizenship and patriotism. They will develop self-reliance and responsiveness to all authority, improving the ability to communicate well both orally and in writing. They will develop an appreciation of the importance of physical fitness. They will increase a respect for the role of the U.S. Armed Forces in support of national objectives. They will develop a knowledge of team-building skills and basic military skills. In addition, anyone taking the 1 to 3 years of this course grants cadets the ability to rank higher should they pursue a military career pathway. For more information, contact your guidance counselor or see Lieutenant Colonel Espinoza in room 234.
Back once again on our Coach's Corner program. We're going to talk girls basketball this segment. And Corey, you said a pretty successful Christmas break for you, going 3-3.
Yeah, it started off rough, 3 games in a row, really tough games. River Valley, Clear Fork, and then Olentangy. River Valley, I think, is leading the league right now. I think Clear Fork's up there as well. Played at Clear Fork extremely tough. River Valley, we were very flat. We came out in the third quarter. I think we got it within 6 or 9 points, and then they pulled away again. And then Olentangy, very good team. And we knew going in there we wanted to be competitive and just didn't get things done. Went to practice and have gotten a lot better since, and we're slowly figuring out who we are as a team, and we're starting to mesh a lot better. And we've finished with 3 wins in a row now. So.
All right, so Harding boys with 4 wins in a row. You've won 3 in a row. So.
Yeah, and hopefully we can get another one in a couple nights. So.
Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights from Christmas break.
So River Valley, I think, is who we're going to start with. They have 1 loss. I think Pleasant beat River Valley.
Beat them by a point.
Yes, by a point, yeah. And since then, River Valley has beat everybody else. They beat Shelby for the first time, I think, since Shelby's been in the MOAC. And they're a tough team. They have Brooklyn Mosier, who is probably going to be player of the year in the MOAC, has the potential to be very tough. We knew coming in that she was going to be tough. We had to know where she was at all times, and she ended up dropping 27 on us. So we did not execute on that end of the game. We did put in a new diamond press that the girls were really excited about, especially in the third quarter. We got after it. We're getting a lot of turnovers, a lot of steals, a lot of deflections from it. Now we just need to figure out when we get those steals, get the deflections and transitions, how do we score now off of those? You can see in some of these highlights we get some steals, and then we come down and we turn the ball over again. So stuff that we know we had to work on after this game, and we've been getting a lot better since then. And we talked about at the beginning of the season that this is kind of who I thought we were going to be. We thought we were going to be a defensive team, and we're slowly starting to figure that out more now. There's Paige Powers with a nice block, and then I think Rice gets a block. I think that's at the end of the game. It was kind of a little mess down there. Paige is one of our seniors who just recently sprained her ankle before our Ontario game. So we got a couple girls coming on that have stepped up, and we haven't missed a beat since. So here we're at Clear Fork, which is a really tough place to play. Fans are right on the court, it seems like, but we knew if we could come out and we could pressure them, we could be in this game the whole time. They got a couple seniors that have been playing for a couple years now, lots of varsity experience, and our plan was to attack and pressure them. And you can see a couple of these highlights in a row are nothing but steals, and that's what we wanted. We wanted just to bring pressure and bring chaos, and we were able to do that. I think we ended up shooting the ball more than them. We just got to get better at putting the ball in the hole. And we sent them to the free throw line a little too much. So that's something we're trying to figure out as well, is when we were playing aggressive like this, how do we play this aggressive, score, and without fouling? So I think the girls are picking up on it. Practices are continuing to be hard. We haven't let up. And we're working on things like that, how to get steals and transition points. Anaya had a heck of a game this game. I think she ended up dropping 23 or 24 points this game. And Scott Sellers, the coach for Clear Fork, knew it coming in, and he knew he was going to try to face guard her a lot when our girls were able to step up and get her open, and she had a hot hand. We keep getting the ball in her hand. Here we have Olentangy. We played away. Extremely tough game. We came out. We knew we wanted to compete. Good opportunity for a couple of our sophomore guards. They have a freshman that is getting a lot of Division I looks. So we kind of talked about it before the game that this is kind of your guys' chance to step up and get on film in some of these coaches' eyes. And we did a great job. We held their best player to 11 points, and they're in the OCC. I think she's averaging a double-double in the OCC as a freshman. I think she was averaging 19 points a game when we were playing her, and we played great on her. The problem was they had a couple 6-foot girls as well, and I think our tallest girl might be 5'10", 5'11". So height kind of got us. It's hard to practice height in practice when we don't have a lot of height on our team to scout like that. So it was a tough game, but it was a good game to get in before the tournament to let us know like the pace of the OCC and how different it is. Here we're at Mansfield-Madison, another tough team. They play in a tough conference in Richland County. And we again knew we were coming out in our diamond press and we're going to try to force a lot of turnovers. I think we ended up forcing in the 20 turnovers, roughly close to 30, I think, and we were able to capitalize and come away with the win this time. And you can see in this highlights from this highlight to the River Valley highlights how much better we got in our transition offense as well once we got a steal. So our girls are continuing to do the right things, and we continue to get better as a team. We're going to be fun to watch the second half of the season.
Looks like this was a low-scoring game.
Yes, there's a lot of defense. We turned the ball over as well, not as much as we forced, but yeah, lots of stopping the clock. Fouls, I don't think fouls were too bad, but it was a lot of defense here. They were able to keep up with us a lot better than I thought they were going to. I thought we were going to be able to get a lot more transition points on them, but they did a really good job matching up and running with us, and that's something we've watched film on, that when we do get a steal, how many girls are running with the ball. So it's something that we got to keep working on and get those easy points. Here we have Ontario. We were able to play at Grant Middle School, the old high school, which was pretty fun. The girls had a really good 2 days of practice in this gym. They shot the ball extremely well in practice, and you can see in some of these highlights we shot the ball extremely well in the first half of this game. We knew coming in Ontario was going to be extremely physical. They're bigger than us. They're going to be tough. They're going to push you around, and the refs let us play. So our girls got tough. I think Ontario tied it in the fourth quarter, came within 2 points at least, and we were able to pull away at the end and finish strong. And just shows a lot of growth for as young as we are to finish a game like that when it gets tough. Are we going to be mentally tough? And it's something we talk a lot about in practice, a lot about in the locker room. And you can see it in this game that we showed up and we kept fighting. The girls never gave up. I think this is a game that we had a lot of girls on the bench come off, and I think everybody scored that played, I believe. So a couple of those highlights right there, some three-pointers, and like I said, we were shooting the ball extremely well here. Casey with a good block there that started transition possession. You're going to have her on in a couple minutes to get to talk to her and how the game's going for her. And then there's Anaya. She's tough. She's a guard. She likes to push the ball, and she can score. A fun stat right now is we have Anaya and Kamaris, who are 2 sophomore guards, are leading the MOAC in steals. One's number 1, one's number 2. So it's a pretty neat stat that we want to continue to improve on, and it's nice that we're finally figuring out who we are as a team.
Yeah, I asked Jamie the same question. You got a chance over the Christmas break to work on a lot of fundamentals and get a lot done.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. That's something over Christmas break is the girls don't like waking up early for practice because you're off school, so you have
I wouldn't either.
We changed it to 9 o'clock this year to try to make it a little bit easier for them, so I get a little less complaining, more smiles in the morning. But we were able to have some alumni girls come in and practice against them, which is fun. We do some things outside of basketball practice that just creates more family atmosphere and more time for the girls to mesh. And so it was a good break. We had a lot of fun. We got a lot better. I'm looking forward to the second half of the season.
All right, very good. Seems hard to believe it. We're talking about the second half of the season now.
Already, yeah.
All right. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more on our Coach's Corner program right after these words. Once again, back on the Coach's Corner program. This is the segment where we talk to some of the players. We have a couple of sophomore young ladies with us, and we'll talk with Jeffrey Jones in just a moment. But ladies first, Sue Whitaker to my immediate left. You're a sophomore. Just kind of talk a little bit about how long you've been playing basketball and maybe what your role on the team is.
I've been playing since like 5th grade, I'm pretty sure, and I'm more of like a shooter on the team and defender, mostly.
Do you like shooting or do you like playing defense better?
I like both.
Okay.
I like both, but I like defending.
Okay. Kind of talk a little bit about the season so far. And I remember talking with the coach, at the beginning of the season. He said, we're going to be a lot better as the year goes on. Do you feel that, after, 6 weeks or so of the regular season that you're playing better now?
Yeah, I think we're all playing more as a team as the season goes on and doing better.
And talk a little bit about your progress, how you've improved since the season started.
I've gotten a lot more confident in myself and my shooting and just all around.
Okay, so if the game's on the line and you have the ball with 5 seconds to go, are you going to take the shot or are you going to look for somebody else to shoot it?
I'll shoot it.
Okay, all right, well, that's what I like. Do you play any other sports?
I play volleyball.
Okay, well, appreciate you being on.
Thanks.
Sophia Pedraza, you're also a sophomore. Kind of talk a little bit about how long you've been playing basketball.
Since elementary school.
Okay, so did you kind of play together then?
Yeah.
Okay, talk a little bit about maybe your role on the team and what the coaches expect of you.
Still trying to figure it out, I guess, but I think maybe like rebounding we need a rebounder, so if I'm there, I can.
Now, do you play like a post or?
Yeah. Yep.
Talk a little bit about maybe how you have improved since the season started.
More confident and handling the ball a little bit better. I mean, I still need to work on it, but
Defense, talk a little bit about how you play defense and whether you think you're a pretty good defensive player.
there's a lot of tall girls on other teams. I'm the tallest girl on our team right now, so it's kind of hard to like match up with somebody, but I think with my height, I'm doing okay.
Okay. Coach mentioned the old Tangi game where they had, a couple of 6-foot players. Mm-hmm. Tough to compete and match up. As you say, you can only go with the size you have, and mm-hmm. if the tallest girl's 5'9" or 5'10", you're going up against girls that are 6 foot or 6'2". It's tough, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you play any other sports?
Yeah, I play volleyball and I run track.
Okay, so you're a 3-sport athlete then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, appreciate you being on as well. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Jeffrey Jones, one of the captains. You're a senior. I know you've been playing basketball for quite a while.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about the season. I know you're on a 4-game winning streak right now, and that River Valley game. I know you'd like to have that one back, but you get a chance to play them, here later in the year. Just kind of talk a little bit about the season in general.
Well, at the beginning, we didn't know. We were still figuring out our team and everything. We didn't get to play that much with each other in the summertime, but now we're starting to figure stuff out, starting to get to know each other a little bit more, figure out everybody's role as a team. But we're doing good right now. I feel like we're going to go on more of a run, too.
You're a captain. Talk a little bit about the role that a captain has, because obviously there's a little bit more responsibility being a captain, I would think.
Yeah. Just make sure everybody knows what they're doing on the court, and make sure, like not only you're taking responsibility, but make sure everybody takes accountability for themselves, too.
talk a little bit about your role on the team this year and what maybe the thing is you've been most pleased with about yourself, and maybe the thing that you're still kind of working on a little bit?
Definitely, I'm most satisfied with my rebounding game. I believe I'm third in league for rebounding, but not as satisfied as I want to be with it. But I'm a little bit there on the offensive side. I can always do more work to get that better. But besides that, I feel like I'm good.
And Coach talked about as far as your assists and steals and so forth. You're pretty quick.
Yeah.
Obviously, that helps you in the games as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Any goals that you've kind of set either for yourself or for the team for the rest of the season?
I feel like for me, I feel like I already had a 15 rebound game. I'm trying to aim for like a 21.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll get that, but besides that, nah.
Okay. Well, Jeffrey, good luck the rest of the way. I know some big games coming up for you here in the next few weeks.
Thank you.
Appreciate all three of the girls being on, two girls and Jeffrey with the Harding boys team. We'll be back with more right after these words.
Whoa, slow down there, Hot Rod. We know you're in a hurry to get to the historic OK Cafe located at 734 East Center Street, Marion, Ohio. And we know you can't wait to enjoy the great food and beverages at one of the most popular restaurants in town, known for their famous handmade pizzas, subs, calzones, and more. And we know you can't wait to meet up with good friends for the best in live local entertainment, big screen sports action, bike nights with weekly contests and prizes. But what's the hurry? We're open daily from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 11 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays, offering dine-in, carry-out, and delivery. Oh well, some people just can't wait to get to the OK Cafe.
Back once again on the Coach's Corner program, and Jamie, we'll start with you. Important MOAC game tomorrow night.
Yeah, we still think we're in the race for the league title. It won't be easy for us, but Ontario, I think, currently the team that's in third place, and so if we have hopes to stay alive in that, we need to beat them, and they're playing extremely well. I think they're 5-3, very well coached, and we'll have to bring it to win over there.
And then follow that up with the home game on Saturday.
Yeah, we have Marysville, another Division I OCC Columbus school that has some enormous wins. I think they have a Division I junior, so definitely our work will be cut out for them. We played them pretty tough last year, but it'll take quite an effort. But obviously we want to get to League One first on the road Thursday, and then we're really looking forward to coming back home. Saturday night games are always fun because usually the crowd's pretty good, and they'll get their money's worth because they'll be a heck of an opponent with Marysville in the gym.
All right, very good. And then Corey, let's talk about Friday night, an important MOAC game with Pleasant.
Yep, we have Pleasant on Friday. Very winnable game. I think we match up extremely well with them. MOAC is funny this year in girls basketball. There's a lot of teams that are 1 losses, 2 losses, and Pleasant's one of them. I think they're probably tied for second right now. I think we're right in the mix. We're 3-3 now. But we, like we talked about earlier, we keep getting better each game. I think we got something to prove on Friday.
All right, very good. And then do you have anything then before our next show, or is it just
Nope,
this weekend?
just we'll talk about Pleasant next week, and we'll talk about our game last night at Indian Lake next week.
Okay, very good. It's going to wrap it up for this edition of the Coach's Corner program. Continue to tune in, and my thanks to both Harding boys and girls basketball coaches. Good luck this weekend, and tune in again next week.